miscommunication between the two in the back.
Yeah, and then it got back there and hit the crack in the back wall floor, and might not have had any luck with that shot anyway.
Soft hands from Longoria. Time out on the court taken by Rivera and Perez. Right now, Salas and Longoria pretty comfortable on the court. They're the #1 seed. They've been dominating women's doubles for quite some time. Really, the only upset I can think of over the last, well, almost couple years is the Mexican National Championships, where they lost 11-10. But on the LPRT Tour, they just win every event.
Yes, this last season, yes, they dominated. You're talking about that Mexican National Championships. That team is here. Monte Mejia, Alexander Herrera, and I just watched them play a little earlier against Jessica Parilla and Nancy Enriquez, and Mejia Herrera just dominated. I mean, there was just nothing that Parilla and Enriquez could do. They just couldn't get back in the service box.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. The doubles you just never know because of how one player can be playing. And we talked about Mendez and Vargas and how Mendez is just a completely different doubles player to singles and really captains that team. And we're starting to see that with Herrera and Mejia developing a relationship where Mejia is the captain. Herrera takes her shots, but Mejia controls the points, and a good pairing.
Yes.
It's important in doubles to have that pairing. It doesn't always mean the two best players are the best.
Yes, you have to watch that match tomorrow. That's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I just feel like Mejia is one of the best doubles players there is.
Agree.
I mean, just so smart. Great hands.
Nice shot, Perez. And they're holding their own. They're not getting blown out.
Yeah, quiet consistency there by Monte Perez, the lefty on the court right now.
We have 2 Montes in the tournament. Smart from Longoria straight down the line. 5-9. That time a little miscommunication between Longoria and Salas. Longoria moving very well in this tournament.
These players, as you mentioned earlier today, are coming off of the Pan Am Games. And that's a big event. It's huge. It's once every 4 years. It's almost what we would say equal to the Olympics for racquetball players.
It's the biggest tournament for racquetball, period.
Yeah.
Well, that last rally I thought skipped in by Longoria. Added those over to my left side, thought so too, but official called it good. No line judges. Perez can really play. She's a smart player. She does a lot of things well. Maybe not the fastest on the court, but quite consistent. Rivera is having some trouble with this jam serve. That's just tough.
It in the wall.
be easy for a younger player to be intimidated in this environment. So
Yes.
it's okay. I like this. You're wanting to battle. Timeout on the court. Hey, you got 2 timeouts. Use both of them. I like this.
Yeah, intimidated because the person you're playing against comes out and gets swarmed by autographs.
Yeah,
And
I mean, this is the greatest female
and
racquetball player
paparazzi
of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna try and push you around a little bit. Try and take my place on the court and really compete. And they are. I mean, the score line is certainly favoring the 1 seeds, but Perez and Rivera are fighting hard. It's 12 serving 6. So quarters and semis tomorrow in singles, semis in doubles, finals on Sunday.
Yes.
Full day of racquetball tomorrow. It's going to be some very close matches, I feel.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the Mejia Herrera match.
Yes, there's some good matchups tomorrow. I mean, we start off the day singles 11 a.m. Central Time, and that is that Mejia Herrera match. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, you want to watch that one, everyone.
Yeah, and then we got Vargas and Flores, young Flores that we just saw in the last doubles match here.
Defeated Mendez, which was an upset.
Yes, Enriquez Salas. Enriquez playing her game, has taken Salas 5 games.
Yeah, wasn't that in Kansas?
Kansas, yes. And then we top it off with Paola Longoria and Cristina Maya, who Cristina's playing very well this
You know,
weekend.
I was just about to say, you'd say, well, the 8th seed, that's going to be a pretty comfortable win for Longoria. Amaya tonight playing Rivera played extremely well, and I thought, wow, she's moving great.
She's gotten very fit while she was down there training in Chihuahua, Mexico.
Yeah, moved to Mexico to train, and I think it's paying off. Six serving 12. Oh, that's a smart hold up from Salas. And I don't think Rivera is going to argue that one too much.
I think she should be thankful
Yeah.
Salas didn't swing.
Great serve. Rivera's, you know, if I'm Longoria and Salas, I'm pushing everything over to this right side. I think, you know, they're in command, but Rivera is the weaker player of these two right now, at least in this match. Of course, I say that, and there's a skip from Perez.
Right.
Good timing,
Yeah,
Tim. So, Salas Longoria take it. Perez and Rivera showed some fight. They're showing that they want to compete here. We'll take a little break and see if they can in game 2.
All right, we'll be back in about 2 minutes live here in San Luis Potosi, Mexico.
Serves from Salas. Salas, forehand pinch winner. Before that, it was Longoria with the backhand pinch winner. 4 serving 0, just like that. Twice. Rivera's been on the floor trying to return those serves. That's 3 aces for Salas in the second game. Great get. Rivera skips it, frustrated.
Yes, she's not on her game today. I would definitely agree with you on that one. Sal's got some air there when she hopped out of the way of that shot.
Wow. Salas almost ran into the swing of Rivera. Just like that, timeout 7-0. What a turnaround.
Wow,
well, not a turnaround, but just.
That was fast.
Yeah. Well, a question for you watching while we're in the chat box. If you could play doubles with somebody other than Salas and Longoria on the LPRT tour, mixed or women's doubles, who would you pick as a partner?
Are you asking me or are you asking
I'm asking
our
you.
fans?
I'm asking everybody. Put it in the chat box. There's so much talent. And doubles is so different. We talked about you don't have to be a great singles player. You can be a very effective doubles player.
You know what? For me, hands down, Montse Mejia. You know, I love that she loves the front of the court and will step up. I like to shoot from the back of the court, so.
Yeah, and it goes.
And she's.
You have to consider your style too.
Yeah.
How you play.
Plus, she's awesome. She's a great player. All right, timeout's over. We're back in. And big lead here for Salas and Longoria.
Great reverse pinch winner from Longoria.
Rick Betts says he'd pick up Gabby Martinez, also a good choice. She's not here this weekend, but phenomenal young player. Gabby and Paola Longoria won the U.S. Open doubles, not this last year, but the year before when Samantha was out with shoulder surgery.
Natalia Mendez, also a very good choice. We saw her earlier.
Sandy Rios says Natalia Mendez. I can agree with you on that too. Just so much fun. She has a good time on the court. Win or lose, you're gonna have fun playing with Natalia.
That's also a good thing to consider.
Yeah, good answer. I mean, you can't go wrong, obviously, but
should be a replay. Good decision then from our official Portillo. Rivera has just gone off the boil in the second game, is struggling right now.
Yeah, Coach Tim. You know, we looked at a few players today. Aaron Rivera, Natalia Mendez, Ana Laura Flores. with some unorthodox forehand swings. Now, as a coach, do you correct that swing?
That's a great question. Ball goes out, loss of rally. I'm grateful for the long rally to formulate a response. No, to answer your question, I think it depends on the age of the player, their experience level, how many years they've been playing with that swing, and how long it will take for them to switch that swing to something maybe more traditional. Because if you're, for example, Natalia Mendez, you're an established pro, you're in your mid-20s, do you want to spend 2 years trying to change your swing completely, losing maybe a lot of matches because you're messing around with it?
Losing the experience.
Losing the experience, losing prize money, maybe not representing your country because you're not qualifying. It's a big factor. And I think the third thing, which is quite important, is what the athlete wants to do. And you know, it's a case of this is the swing, this is what I think you could do to help that swing. Is it something, are you willing to take the cost to get better down the road? And sometimes they're going to say no, sometimes they're going to say yes. But I think ultimately, especially for non-juniors, that question has to be asked of them first.
I look at somebody, you know, kinesthetically speaking, I look at somebody like Aaron Rivera, whose swing to me could potentially cause some shoulder injury,
Absolutely.
elbow.
No question. And it's not very consistent.
Right.
And so for someone, she was playing, because Maria Paz Munoz as well, talk about fiery on the court in doubles.
Maria Paz from Ecuador.
Longoria, Salas close to finishing this match. Salas doesn't often step in and hit a high lob Z. So one of the things, TJ, that I haven't seen in this tournament, I did to see, and I've seen players do it in other tournaments, we know the ball is very bouncy. We're at altitude, it's the pen green. I haven't seen players deliberately hit it out to get a replay.
That's a good point.
Because there's been situations where
I would say
you don't want to hit that ceiling ball too hard, too soft.
During a long rally, they needed a break, so they hit the thing hard. Hit a hard ceiling ball. Ball goes out. They get a little time to regroup and have somebody throw the ball back in. Replay.
And I think it's especially valuable when you're the server, because you're in a tight spot. It gives you the serve, which is the advantage. If you're the receiver,
yes.
But the server,
yes.
I'm in a tight spot, get the ball out, I can reset, it's my advantage. It's little things, right, that can make a difference. First tournament of the season, TJ, Grand Slam. A lot more tournaments coming up this year.
Yes, this is one of 16 on our schedule right now. We're headed all over the place, all over the corners of the United States. Mexico, we've got 4 events in Mexico. 3 of those are Paola Longoria specialty events. And then we're headed back to Bolivia again, this time in May this year, as opposed to March.
Yeah, so if you are near an LPRT event, it's worth a drive. I drove up to Kansas. I've done it twice to
Yes.
go to the Randy Root tournament because I was 5-6 hours away, and it's so much fun just to watch.
Yes, absolutely. I encourage anybody to come out and watch because it's not just sitting here watching the matches. The players come out, they interact with the fans and the players, and you see their personalities off court, and it's fun.
Yeah,
they really are great people as well as great athletes.
So we're in Virginia Beach in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so East Coasters, get out there.
Oh yeah, Virginia
you can't
Beach,
be that far away.
It's a new stop for us. That's hosted by Malia Bailey, who's a current or most
Permanent.
recent, most recent inductee into the Hall of Fame, and her daughter, obviously Kalani Bailey Lawrence, playing on tour now. So Kalani will be there at that event. So that'll be a good one.
Good pickup from Perez. And Sala skips it. she looks back with utter disgust at herself.
You know, when you're way ahead, you can laugh at yourself like that and have a good time, and that's exactly what she did.
Good cover from Salas. By the way, if you are watching, do us a favor, invite some friends to like the LPRT page. It's not hard, just click, invite your friends. There's so many friends that probably follow racquetball and just haven't liked the LPRT, so they don't know when we have matches going on.
Yeah, somebody posted on one of our other matches that they were in Croatia.
I saw that.
On a trip, on a group trip, and they brought up our racquetball match and watched it with some people who were also traveling with them from England and Australia, and so they introduced them to racquetball. So, I mean, for the good of racquetball.
So Longoria, Salas, the 1 seeds, close it out. It's what they're supposed to do. They'll have a stiffer test tomorrow. But for now, business as usual.
Yes, all right. Thank you for joining us live here at our first Grand Slam of the season in San Luis Potosi, Mexico. We start up again tomorrow with our singles quarterfinals, 11 a.m. Central Time, and that match, we kick it off with Montse Mejia and Alexander Herrera. Going to be a good match, so don't miss it. Thank you again supporting the LPRT. We'll see you again tomorrow.